The I-Team continues to dig into the trash trouble plaguing Duval County. Yesterday, our cameras were rolling when the city's waste management department went to a home on the west side to clean up garbage that had been piling up after the homeowner complained to the city council that no one was collecting her trash. The city haulers don't cover her neighborhood, but they showed up anyway to help. And this is what it looks like outside another home on the west side, where the homeowner says her yard debris has not been picked up for weeks. As we learned during a public meeting yesterday, the problems that have delayed trash and yard debris pickup, triggering a suspension of curbside recycling collection, are still not solved. City Councilman Matt Carlucci hosted the meeting yesterday and is joining us now live via Zoom. Matt, Mr. Carlucci, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Nice to be with you guys this morning.
So why is this still happening with garbage and yard waste? What did you find out? What did you learn yesterday?
Well, let me tell you what I learned. Let me set the stage a little bit, though. We have 4 servicing districts in Jacksonville, and the city of Jacksonville works the old city limits, and then the rest of the city is divided up in 3 servicing districts. And we have Meridian, who's the new kid on the block, and they're being paid $22.44 per pickup site. They have a new contract.
Oh, Mr. Carlucci, did we lose you? Oh, he's back. I'm sorry, Mr. Carlucci. We had an internet issue. Go ahead. You were explaining how much Meridian makes and that they're the new kid
Meridian.
on the
block. They're the new kid on the block. They got a new contract, $22.44 per pickup site that they have, compared to Waste Pro at $14.33 and Advanced Disposal at $10.65. They're working at a disadvantage because a lot of the drivers that work for Waste Pro and Advanced Disposal went to Meridian. So Meridian is fully staffed up. Waste Pro and Advanced Disposal, they're having a hard time finding drivers, and their contract is not advancing them the money they need. Now there's going to be a contract review next month, and what probably needs to happen is their contract amounts need to be increased. If you
because
are,
then you think, and I want to make it also just extra clear to our viewers, this would explain why some parts of town are not experiencing a problem because they may be serviced by Meridian, but the other parts of town, because these contracts are divided up based on the area of town, may have that issue because they have a shortage of drivers. That said, as you're well aware, Mr. Carlucci, the city's run waste collection has really not had anywhere near the amount of problems that the contractors have had. In which case, has there been any consideration to just fire all the contractors, when their contracts are up, and just have the city take this over?
Ironically, the city every 6-7 years wants to privatize city sanitation, and I have thought that every time I've been on the council. I don't know if that's possible to do contractually. But I did. The one thing that I learned is those contracts are at different levels. That's a problem. There is a contract review next month that could help solve the problem. But I did not hear any kind of business plan discussed by Waste Pro or Advanced Disposal on what they're doing to find more drivers. I mean, there are people that need jobs. If they got a commercial driver's license, they can jump on board. What are they doing in order to find possible hires? And I was a little disturbed by that. I mean, listen, some of these people on these businesses are people that work hard for the city, and I like them, they're my friends, but I'm like, come on, show me what your plan is.
And let me ask you also, because an idea that was floated yesterday during the meeting was to get rid of the garbage fee households pay, about $152 or so, and take the money out of the regular city budget to pay for recycling and other pickups. That would require city council approval. Is that something that you would support? Would that work, since that's dealing with money and you're talking right now about a driver shortage?
Well, technically there should be an increase in the fee, but I don't think there's an appetite that anybody has now for a fee increase. So the general fund, that the Avalon tax base, is basically subsidizing that fee. And yes, we could just do away with the fee and go completely through Avalon taxes, and you wouldn't feel the pinch that much except that the more that comes out of the general fund to replace the fee, it's less that might go to libraries, public safety,
Right, there's
other
only so
basic
much in
public
there.
services.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then let's talk just very briefly, if we could talk recycling. People are frustrated. They're paying for the service, yet they're putting their recycling bins in the back of their car. They're driving it all down because they want to be responsible, when it comes to taking care of our earth. Are you getting a sense, based on what you heard yesterday, that is going to end anytime soon, where people can start recycling from their curb again?
Oh, I think it will. We pressed hard for some type of date, and that we could expect, but I will predict we'll be back to curbside recycling this year, and hopefully sooner than later. We are only processing 10 million tons of recyclables today, or per day, where when we had it at curbside, we were processing 150 million tons per day. So a lot of that stuff, a lot of those recyclables that are not going in, they're going into landfill, and that's costly. Let me tell you, there was one lady though, several ladies and gentlemen that came to speak from the public, and there's a lot of good ideas. I love it when the public comes out. They add such good ideas, and one of them said, you should have somebody on every site so that when people do bring recyclables, if they're bringing stuff that shouldn't be recycled, they can catch that before they go in the bin, and then that spoils the broth of what's in the bin, and get people to not throw trash bags, which you're not supposed to put recyclables in trash bags, because then they won't recycle those.
So will the city do
I
that?
thought that was an outstanding idea.
Is that something the mayor's office would be responsible for?
Well, I think it would be Republic would have to do that.
Because they're the ones that are collecting. Yeah, that makes sense.
Or maybe the haulers could chip in on that too. The city may have to chip in.
Mr. Carlucci, this is worthy of a much longer conversation than the time that we have here this morning, which is why we appreciate the fact you've always been willing to come on and update us. I know that you've got 2 public hearings that are planned. We've got the dates on news4jax.com. I'd like to invite you that as we continue to follow this, to please come back on the morning show as we continue to follow this, because it bothers so many of our viewers, and we get it. Thank you for your time this morning.
Well, you're welcome, and we're going to get it going back again.